All right, we can go back into Matthew chapter 24 and I'm going to go over in verse 15. Try to get you all to understand a little better. It say, verse 15 said, "When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso read it, let him understand." See, the Lord wants you to understand when you read that. Most preachers and prophets are going to be thinking it will be an animal sacrifice. There's no more animal sacrifice in the New Testament. We present our body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. This is our reasonable service, which is our reasonable service. There's a lot of people can't see that, but the system of it making war, the beast system of it making war, the Antichrist going to be making war with the saints, and he will prevail. Tell you that in Daniel. I think it's in Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 21. See, the Antichrist will be making that false prophet. He'll make a war with the saints. He'll go out, all out to make a war. That's when the great tribulation starts. He's going to try to get the remnant, because the beast system will be already killing people just like it's doing now, before we get to the Antichrist. All right. Verse Daniel 7 and 21. "I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints." See, it said that. "And prevailed against them." See, he prevailed. See, he will be victoriously. He will prevail against the saints. That's why they're going to be killing out all the saints. And so when they set up that image, the abomination, then they're going to want everybody to bow down, like Nebuchadnezzar did. Because whoever don't want to bow down, you're going to say they should be killed. You have to understand that. You can go to Daniel 8 and 12. Daniel 8 and 12 said, "And host was given him against the daily sacrifice." See, against the saints. A lot of people think it's talking about animal sacrifice. See, in the Old Testament it was talking about animal sacrifice. But Daniel's prophecy was for the future. In the New Testament, Christ died for our sin. We don't have to do no more animal sacrifice. We present our body a living sacrifice in the New Testament. "And a host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression. And it cast down the truth to the ground." See, cast down the truth. It will be animal sacrifice. Animals don't have no truth. But it's, cast down the truth to the ground. And it practiced and prospered. See, practice and prosper. Christ. And go to Daniel 8 and 25. You're talking about the saints again. And say, "And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many." See, by peace he will destroy many. "He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. See, it's the Antichrist. See, like in verse 24, it's talking about the saints too. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. See, he'll destroy the mighty and the holy people, destroying the saints. Saints is the holy people. He'll be killing the saints. So when they set up their abomination that make it desolate, that's why Jesus Christ said those that are in Judea to flee to the mountain. You have to flee to the mountain. Then not look back, and not go to their house and take any clothes out of their house. That's why I said pray that your flight be like on the Sabbath day. Because the Jewish people always be like in the temple on the Sabbath day. You know. And pray that the flight be like in the winter time, you know, because it's going to be trouble for the women, like in having little children and stuff like that. They all have to flee to the mountain, or she's pregnant, whatever, or giving sucked little small babies. And Daniel 11:31. Daniel 11:31, talking about the saints too. And arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice. See, take away the daily sacrifice, be killing the saints. You know, that's when they kill the two witnesses. And they shall place the abomination that make it desolate. They'll set up an image. You know, they're going to make it, man, gonna be desolate. You know, Jerusalem going to be taken over. After they kill the two witnesses, they're going to take over Jerusalem. They kill the two witnesses, they're going to set up that image, and Jerusalem going to be taken over. Because they won't be able to take over Jerusalem before, because the two witnesses are there. They were being tormented, the Antichrist, the people. That's all I wanted to show y'all, you know, to get y'all to understand. You know, and go like to Revelation. Like to Revelation, yeah. Chapter 11. You go to Revelation chapter 11. Revelation chapter 11. You see, you won't be able to do the two witnesses in there. Revelation chapter 11, verse 5. It said, if any man will hurt them, talking about the two witnesses, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. See, devour, fire proceeded out of their mouth. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. See, anyway, the two witnesses said a person going to die, that's the way they will die. You know. But they're going to make a war, but they couldn't do the two witnesses nothing until they finished their testimony. Like you read in verse 7, it said, when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit, you see, shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. See? So you're going to make a war. You're going to be making war with the saints. That's when the Jerusalem will go into captivity, when they kill the two witnesses. Then they're going to set up the abomination and make it desolate. They go out of war and try to kill all the saints all around the world. You know, I read like in Revelation 13, that second beast is a false prophet. Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused it the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. See, one of his head will be wounded like in the third beast. You know, and his deadly wound was healed. One of his head, and the false prophet said they shall worship that beast's head that got wounded. Verse 13 said, and he doeth great wonder, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, see, that they should make an image to the beast. See, make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. See, he told the people to make an image to the beast, and the people made an image. And verse 15 said, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. See, that image going to speak too, and that beast system going to speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See, they got technology now that can make an image speak. But back then, like in Nebuchadnezzar's time, they just had to set up an image, but the image wouldn't speak. But we got technology that can make anything speak now. Speak like a human, make it like a Terminator if they want to. You know, they may just put up a statue and then make the statue speak. You know, you got all type of technology now. You can do anything they want now. There's a lot of people don't understand. Like I said, we done left God. People don't think that's gonna happen, you know. But all that's getting close right around the corner. But we're just in right around the corner. But we're just in the first and second beast. You know, you have two more beasts to go after the United States fight Iran, and his horn will be broken. Then we'll get into the third beast. Third beast gonna have 4 heads, 4 rulers. Then we gotta get into after the latter time of the third beast. Then we'll get into the fourth beast, the last beast, the 10 horn. Then we get, and the false prophet gonna get out from the third beast and get with the 10th king. Or that could be the final beast. They're gonna be making war with the saints, right? Get rid of all the saints. Yeah, but they won't be able to get rid of all of them. You know, somebody remain alive till Christ come back. Yeah. It's like now, you know, the women are ruling over us, like I've been telling people. And the people can't see. I've been telling that for many years, 30, 40 years ago. You know. And it get worse and worse. It's like in the church house. We done left God, you know. Like women, bishop, pastors, and all that. You know, all that's ungodly. Man is the head. I don't want man to rule. And he said, let the women, in verse 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. It said, let the women learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach nor to use up authority over the men, but to be in silence. See? For Adam was first formed than Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity. You know, faith and charity are like love. Charity is love, and holiness with sobriety. Sobriety. See, a lot of people can't see, but the women's supposed to keep solid in the church. We have a women bishop and all kind of stuff, and try to take power away from men. See what they use. I say, suffer now not to use of authority, or like in verse 12. So I suffer not a woman to teach nor to use of authority over the man. Use of mean, look up the word use of. Uses mean to take power, position, right, by force without rights. You take power and position and rights away from man by force. Use sexual harassment, rape, discrimination, and different stuff to be using. To take power away from all men. These men don't have no authority, power no more in the world. You see, in Congress now, women took over most of the Congress, and all the cities are mayor and all that's women running those cities, big cities, and even all the little cities now. See, and all that used to be men. When I was young coming up, all that used to be men running all them cities. And it's caused us to be destroyed, causing violence in the land. See, we didn't have that violence in America before. And talking about it's guns. You bring it on yourself when you disobey God. See, always gonna have, you can never solve the problem when you disobey God. You're not following God's rule. God laid these rules down for us to follow. Just like about marriage and all that. Preachers, prophets believing wrong thing about marriage, not the right thing, putting their own interpretation and all that. They don't want to go with what God's word says. This is why all the problem comes in. See? But that's what I wanted to, kind of touch on and bring. We present our body a living sacrifice. See, holy and acceptable unto God. This is our reasonable service. See, which is our reasonable service. We have to obey God, serve Him, obey Him. But nobody don't want to do that no more. So this is what happened. They got the women all ruling. Think they can solve the problem. You ain't gonna solve no problem. Anytime you disobey God, you ain't gonna solve your problem. Until you go back and follow the rule God gave Moses back then. All the laws and commandments. We are not under the law. If we obey God, we are not under the law. But the law is still here for sinners. See, when Paul said we're not under the law, we're under grace. He's talking about the saints. He ain't talking about the sinners. The sinners is under the law. Because if you do evil, do wrong, you under the law. You got to be punished. The saints, they obey Christ. They do everything what He says. Keep God's commandments. And His laws. The law is for sinners. Paul tells us that in 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. The law is for sinners. The law is still here. You gotta understand that. When Paul said we are not under the law, we're under grace. He's talking about the saints. Not talking to the sinners. But this is what I wanted to bring to y'all today. But thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His word.